Hi everyone, welcome to my trying for a baby video. I thought I would love to document this journey just for something for us to look back on, but also because I've enjoyed watching some of these videos myself. I just found them really useful and just quite honest, so I hope this video is that to you as well. It's currently the very end of October 2018 and next month in November is sort of D-Day. It's me and my husband's month that we are definitely going to start trying for a baby. Yikes! It is exciting, but it's also quite scary, as I'm sure that you will know. So just a bit of background information. Me and my husband Matt have been married about 6 months now. We didn't want to start trying for a baby right away, and I didn't come off my pill until after we got married. So we wanted to give it a few months anyway. However, we also really wanted to book a holiday to Cornwall in June, and we just thought if we got pregnant in September or October, it wouldn't work out very well. So it was a conscious decision not to start trying it in October, because that's when we have booked our holiday for June. So I will just keep checking in with you guys, maybe monthly. I'm not too sure. I'll just sort of see how it goes. But I will let you know how I'm feeling, whether I'm getting sort of any symptoms. So I'm feeling okay. I think I have been a bit daunted, and there was a time where I was just like, oh, is this the right thing? Like, do I want a baby now? And yes, we are more than ready. I think it's just scary when you've wanted something for such a long time. It's like when it comes to the point where you start trying for a baby, obviously it's only then you'll know how easy or how difficult it's going to be, or whether that we aren't going to have any issues. So that's it, guys. That's sort of my introduction. I wish you all lots of luck if you are in the same position as me, whatever sort of stage you're at in trying for a baby. I wish you a lot of luck with it. I will be back on here shortly, so keep watching and let's see how I go on. Hi everyone, so as promised, this is my update for my trying to conceive vlog. It's now November, so this has been the first month that we've been trying to conceive, and I have to be honest, I don't think that this month is our month. I don't feel pregnant. I haven't had any symptoms or anything weird going on with my body or anything. I kind of expected that I would feel some things and then just like misread it or overanalyze it and just assume it, it could be a pregnancy symptom. But I honestly haven't done that. The only weird things that I've noticed is that I felt sick for 2 days, but that kind of went quite quickly. And then I did have a lower sort of pain towards my groin, lower abdomen area, but that could be anything, couldn't it? And I think, to be honest, it was too early for that to be anything related to conceiving. I feel quite relaxed. I don't feel too worried about that. I think I didn't really expect to fall pregnant the first month that we tried. It's kind of weird because every month that you try to conceive, as long as you're doing the same things, your chance of conceiving will be the same, won't it? Which is quite low. But I guess to then be pregnant, fall pregnant your first month, that's probably a lower likelihood. So I kind of expected that, so I don't feel too disappointed that I don't think I am pregnant. I have been feeling a bit concerned because the signs that I look out for that I'm about to ovulate have seemed to be quite extended, and I've doing, googling it and reading up on it, and I'm just worried that does that mean my body isn't releasing the egg? So what I'm going to do next month is actually do my ovulation test strips consistently. I have had them, but I haven't ever really tested consistently, just like over a couple of days, and I forgot, and then the line isn't that red, so I've just thought, well, I've obviously just missed my ovulation day. But I've decided that next month I am going to properly go ahead and test every day to make sure that I am ovulating. So that's a bit of a concern that I have at the moment, but I'm trying not to think about it too much. Staying quite calm, quite relaxed. My period is due either tomorrow actually, or the next couple of days, because my cycles have got kind of vary over 2 days. They've been 28 to 30 days long, and today is my day 28, so I'm fully expecting for my period to come. So that's it. So I will see you in about a month's time. that will actually be around Christmas Day. So I'm not sure at what point I'll come on, but I will let you know how we are getting on. Hi, so it's now early January. I did go and see my doctor because I was testing consistently this cycle my ovulation. Obviously the ovulation tests, even though they're called that, they don't actually show that you are definitely ovulating. They only show a surge in your hormones that tell your body to release an egg. However, my tests weren't even positive for that, and I don't know, it could have just been stress. As I said, that was the first time that I'd actually tested twice a day, every day, so I am going to do it again this month just to see. And the other thing I was worried about was that I was ovulating late in my cycle, if I'm ovulating at all, because when the lines were at their brightest was quite late. I think it was around day 19 or 20, and seeing as my cycles are usually 28 to 30 days long, that's quite a short luteal phase, which is the phase between ovulation and the end of your cycle. So I went to the doctor about that, also because I've got really spotty skin. You might even be able to tell I've got kind of a spot going on here and lots of spots around, which I've tried to cover up but can't. And I've had spots on my chest and on my back, which are starting to get me down, if I'm honest. And I was worried that that could be a symptom of polycystic ovaries. However, I went to the doctor and she said, I'm not going to test you for that because you haven't got the kind of major symptoms of it. So I was like, okay, well that's good. If she thinks that, then that's a positive. But then she wasn't kind of worried about anything else. She also was thinking that the ovulation tests were to test ovulation, because she said, well, if the line's getting redder, then that's kind of a good thing, something's happening, so I would say you are ovulating. And I don't know why I just didn't say, and I'm kind of annoyed at myself, because afterwards I got out of the appointment and I was like, why didn't I just say, no, the tests don't test for that. That doesn't prove that you're ovulating. Even if the line is bright red, as they should be, that still doesn't mean that you're ovulating. I was a bit disappointed, and I thought she might test my progesterone levels, which can sometimes give you a short luteal phase. And you know, there are things that you can do to change that, but I don't want to kind of start taking extra B vitamins, which is something you can do, unless I'm correct, because I don't want to do more harm than good. But she just said, you're not going to be tested until you've been trying for a year, so come back then, and we don't make any referrals until you've been trying for 2 years. So what I've decided to do again this month is do my ovulation tests again and make another appointment to see a different doctor. And there's this really lovely doctor that I have seen a couple of times before. I know she's had children herself quite recently, so that might be a good thing. And she's also got an interest in women's health. I remember reading it on my surgery's website, so I probably will make another appointment for her, but I'll wait until I've done my ovulation test so I can say if they've had a bright red line or not. And I'm actually going to see if I can request a progesterone test, because what I've read on the internet seems to indicate that you can still get that test, because I just kind of think people that have been diagnosed with polycystic ovaries and other things, the doctors don't say to them, like, well, you're not trying to conceive yet, so we're not gonna test you. You get tested for these conditions anyway. I'm kind of worried about an hormonal imbalance, basically, which I think is why I'm getting all these spots, potentially. So anyway, I'm just gonna be a bit more assertive, hopefully, and see how I got on. So that's that. Another thing this cycle, even though my tests didn't show a bright red line, obviously I might have ovulated, but my cycle was really long this month, or last month, and me and Matt actually thought I could be pregnant. I took 3 pregnancy tests. They were completely negative. Like, the little kind of screen that you get on the tests was pure white. Couldn't get any whiter. I think my cycle was actually 34 days. And I do wonder, maybe I was just a bit stressed out in December. So I do wonder if that had an effect and made my cycle longer. So the doctor did actually tell me to not stress and relax. And I was kind of a bit annoyed, because I was like, oh, that's kind of what people say, isn't it? Don't tell me to relax, because if you've got a condition, relaxing isn't going to reverse it if you've got a fertility issue. However, you know, there is definitely some truth in stress affecting your cycle and affecting your body. The one good thing about my cycle being longer was that it did mean that my luteal phase would have been a bit longer, because when I thought it was around day 20, I was thinking, oh no, that's like 8 or 10 days before my next period, like that's too short. But then as my period came on the 35th day kind of thing, it meant the phase was a bit longer. So actually that was a good thing. But I definitely think perhaps stress is playing a part now. And so the journey continues. I'm hoping 2019 is our year. It's kind of scary as the months roll on, but you know, we've only had 2 months where we've been properly trying to conceive, so that is really, really early. I didn't tell the doctor that either. I just told the doctor that I'd come off my pill in June, so I rambled on enough now. So that is going to be it for this cycle, and I guess I'll update you in a month's time, but for you it'll be kind of in about 2 seconds. It's weird. Okay, bye for now. Hi everyone, so it's been a little while since I last came on here. It's now quite near the beginning of April. If you remember, I said I was going to see another doctor, which I did. I started crying pretty much as soon as I went in there. I think I just kind of built it up so much in my head. I was nervous, I'd kind of been planning what to say, and I was worried that she wouldn't offer me blood tests. But as it was, as soon as I started crying, I was saying about my spots, and she said, well, how about we get you some blood tests? And I was like, yes, like, thank God. I did have a blood test on day 3, which came back normal, and then I had another test later on in my cycle, which it's called a day 21 test, but it would be day 21 if you have a 28-day cycle and you ovulate on day 14. Obviously, I didn't know how long my cycle was going to be. It's so difficult to get the day right, and I booked it, and then I wasn't going to do my ovulation tests, and she said maybe don't do them if it's stressing you out. But I thought, well, if I don't do them, I won't know when my peak is. So I did do them, and it was quite late in my cycle. It was only a couple of days before my blood test. I was thinking that's probably a bit early to have it. So I still went ahead with that one, but I also booked another one a few days later, which ended up being day 30. And then when I went to see the doctor, I said I'm still on my cycle, like I was on day 39. And as luck would have it, my period came the next day. So as you can imagine, I did take pregnancy tests. I thought I might be pregnant, but I wasn't. It was just a crazy long cycle for me. I know people have a lot longer than that. So that blood test, which I had on day 30, the first one was low, too low. The second one was high, but it was still not quite high enough, judging from what I read. And the doctor said, well, perhaps, you know, it probably was a little bit too early still, so perhaps your progesterone was still climbing. So it wasn't really kind of conclusive. It seemed like it might be okay, but I still don't know for sure. I'm still a little bit worried that my progesterone might not be high enough. She said my thyroid was fine. She actually said my luteinizing hormone was slightly raised, but kind of nothing too irregular, which is weird because my ovulation tests are always low, so it'd be weird that I had higher levels than normal. I don't know. I'm kind of a bit like past it. I've researched it so much and looked at so many articles, looked at forums, and I just think like it is what it is. I'm either ovulating or I'm not. So the doctor said like it's all fine, you know, it doesn't necessarily like suggest polycystic ovaries, however your cycles are irregular, so we don't know for sure. And she kind of said like, what are your expectations? And I was like, well, like, you tell me. Like, it was a bit weird that she asked that, but I said, well, I was thinking a scan, and she said yes, we'll do a scan. So unfortunately it's got to be an internal scan plus an ultrasound. And this month, you know, we are obviously still trying to conceive. I'm around, I don't even know what day I'm on actually at the moment. I'm kind of like, I'm not tracking as much as I was. I'm keeping one eye on my apps so I know what day I'm on, so we kind of know when my fertile period is, but I'm not logging everything that I was before, because I'm just waiting for my scan, because then that will confirm if I have kind of polycystic ovaries or anything like that, if I'm ovulating, and that's kind of just what I'm thinking about at the moment. I don't know what happens after that, that's the thing. The doctor said they may tell me there and then, or they might not, but I'll go back to see the doctor anyway after my scan, and she'll kind of go through it all with me. But I didn't really know, because she said like the last time, like, we won't do anything else yet, like it's, you know, even though it's been like a year, so then they think it's a year, but it's not a year. I've been off my pill nearly a year. But they won't do anything until we've been trying for 2 years, I think. So, but that's it. But I think if they find something from the scan, like, will they not just do anything about it then? I don't really get it, to be honest. So I shall see you in a little while. Hi everyone, welcome back again. It is now about the middle of May, so it's only been, I think, about a month since my last one, and so much has happened, I can't tell you. So I did go for my scan about a week ago, and the sonographer said my ovaries do look polycystic. So as you can imagine, I was completely gutted after that. She said, go and see your doctor, and obviously the doctor will diagnose if you've got polycystic ovarian syndrome or not. Sorry, I'm out of breath, I don't really know why. So I was really upset and thinking, that's it then, you know. I was thinking about IVF, I was thinking, what, you know, if I can never have children, like, are we going to have to think about adoption? Just my mind was just going off completely on a tangent. And then my mum and sister kind of calmed me down, and my sister knows quite a lot about it, and she kind of reassured me. And then I was thinking, well, maybe I don't have PCOS, maybe I just have polycystic ovaries, because they are two different things. So I still don't know. I'm still awaiting my doctor's appointment. I couldn't get into my doctor. I think it's another like 3 weeks, which is a bit annoying. But anyway, as you can imagine, after that I was just completely gutted, feeling negative. I started Googling and researching it, and so now I do feel a bit more positive. However, if I just take you back kind of 2 weeks before that, so kind of the end of April going into the beginning of May, was just such, and it still is, such a busy period for us. So we put our house on the market, we went on holiday, we celebrated our wedding anniversary whilst we were away, plus that was the week of my fertile period, so we were trying to conceive. And then we sold a house, we put an offer in on another house, yeah, and I had my scans. So kind of over 2 weeks all of that was going on, and it was just a bit crazy. I even had a thought that maybe on my scan they would see that I was pregnant, you know, like, what are the chances? But I thought that might happen. My mum came with me, and she kind of admitted that she thought that also. But no, they just told me I had cystic ovaries, and they kind of say that, and that's all they said to me. So I was kind of a bit like, I don't really know what to do. So that was about a week ago. And then kind of at the end of my cycle, I was thinking, right, this cycle is quite long. Like, my last one was 28 days, and the one before that was 39, so it's such a big difference. So around kind of day like 32 or something, I started having kind of some mild like cramps, and then it went, and I was like, that's weird. I've not had that before, and obviously I don't know if it's all my periods since coming off my pill, but kind of all of the recent ones, I always spot 1 or 2 days before my actual period comes. And then, I don't know, I just said to my, like, you know, I'll just take a pregnancy test because this is a longer cycle. And guess what? It was positive. I took it yesterday and it was positive. I'm still in shock. So guys, just to confirm, this is the end of this trying to conceive journey. Obviously I would have done that in kind of 2 separate little videos, kind of telling you about my scan and then letting you know that I'm pregnant, but obviously it's kind of all happened so quickly, and I just can't believe it, because I just went from thinking, that's it then, you know, I'm kind of done for, just feeling really, really negative. But obviously I'd actually already conceived when I had that scan. It was just obviously too soon. It was only kind of, it was less than a week after we conceived. And I just can't believe it. So I took a scan yesterday morning before we went to work, and 2 lines appeared. But I did have a feeling, because I had that cramping on and off, it was different. I checked several times the instructions, like, yes, 2 lines does mean pregnant. So later that day, yesterday evening, I did take that one, and that was a clear blue one, and it said pregnant 2 to 3 weeks. So it's real, and I think it feels a bit more real today. Like, yesterday I was just in shock, and I spent the whole day like googling things. It just doesn't seem real quite yet, and obviously I'm still a bit anxious and still a bit worried, and obviously I just hope that it my pregnancy is okay, and you know, I can carry a healthy baby full term, and that I have a healthy pregnancy, a healthy happy baby at the end of it. But I still have worries. I guess that's normal. Obviously it's my first one, so I'm having kind of these little like twinges and pains, and I don't know what's normal and what's not. We haven't told anyone else yet. Obviously it's all still sinking in to us, but what a crazy few weeks. Like all of that's gone on, and kind of I can't believe like all that time that I was like being worried, and I was actually pregnant. So I will show you my pregnancy test that I have here. So that's a nice clear line. So that was the one that we took in the morning. There you go. And that's the other one. So yeah, that is quite definite. I took that second one and I was like, okay, I'm definitely pregnant. How weird is that? How bizarre. So I don't know. As I say, you know, I kind of hope that is the end of this video for you, because that would mean that it's all going well. So wish me luck. And if you've been watching this, I hope you have enjoyed it. Obviously I will be posting up pregnancy updates, and I'll probably do like a separate pregnancy announcement video and kind of tell you more about the symptoms of leading up to the test, and also since taking the test. It's only a day, but I have been feeling different things going on with my body. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you are on your own TTC journey, then I wish you lots and lots of luck, lots of baby dust to you, and I hope that you conceive when you would like to, and that you have a healthy and happy pregnancy. And I shall see you in my next video. Bye.